I wanted today's video to be just a little bit different, but kind of similar to my other videos. I don't really get to show you guys my side garden very often or my back garden very often. There are many reasons for that. These areas are not as developed, there's not as much going on, but there are some cool things happening, just not as much happening. But I am hopeful for this area. I'm hopeful that over the years I'll be able to cultivate it and evolve it into something really great for wildlife. So let's jump right in. So first up is this witch hazel. Now, right off the bat, it does have beautiful fall color. I love that yellow. It's like a glow in this more shady area. But unfortunately, I accidentally bought a non-native witch hazel. It's native to an area near me, but not native to my state. So it's native to like the Ozarks and that area and like Missouri, but it's not native to Tennessee. So technically this one might be native for some of you if you're in this small area that this is native to. And I'll put the name of the plant up on the screen so that you can see what it is. And then the next plant is red chokeberry. I'm getting its berries right now, which I am so stoked about. I plan to collect more of those berries because I want to plant more of this plant. I think I have a plant started of it somewhere in a pot, but I don't know if it's going to do well or not, so I'm going to try to do another one. Here's some really cool moss. And then here is Virginia creeper and some panic grasses. All of this just came up on its own. I've got some violets here. Loving how this Virginia creeper has peach colors, greens, and reds going on. I think it's really, really pretty. And then next to it is a blue stem. I'm actually not sure what kind of blue stem, but I think it's a broom sedge blue stem. I keep going back and forth on that, but I think it's broom sedge. And then here is, I think, an aster. I'm pretty sure it's an aster. I actually transplanted this here from a different part of my garden, and this area is just kind of tough. It is very difficult to get things to grow. There is a red bud. It's an area that I kind of like killed with a brush pile. I had a brush pile here and I kind of killed the grass with it, which was great, but now I'm having a hard time getting other things to actually grow here. But look, there's an oak tree. I actually recently dug that up to give to somebody, and then here's another oak tree. And then this is the area I am super stoked about. This is an area that we stopped mowing, oh my goodness, I don't know, years ago, and it's finally starting to really it's coming into its own. There's all these blue stems here, which I think is broom sedge. And it's looking so good. It's filling in so nicely. This area used to be about half of this amount of this blue stem grass. And now it's like double that, and it's amazing. And there are several pines. So I need to kind of decide if I'm going to keep some of the pines or, get rid of them all. I don't know. I'm tempted to keep one, but I'm not really sure because that area is not super huge, so I have some plans. Like, I want some oaks to grow over there too. And then over here is my area that I call the alleyway, which is between my garage and my back fence. And unfortunately, this privet has somehow gotten this tall without me knowing, which is crazy because I check this area. I don't check it every day, but I do check it semi-often. I guess technically this year I haven't been back here as much, but I do need to dig that out. And they can be very hard to dig out when they're that tall. I am not looking forward to it, but wintertime is a lot more moist, and so wintertime is a great time for me to go through and just pull up or dig up a lot of privets because they're still green, or at least half green, so they still have at least some of their leaves, so they stand out in the crowd in winter. Here's my brush pile. This is where I just create habitat for wildlife and also throw stems, and I've learned over time that privet unfortunately roots when you just throw it on the ground. So a new strategy I have is, instead of directly immediately throwing a privet stem on the ground after I cut it off or pull it out of the ground, I will throw it on the driveway, let it die in the sun, and then I'll put it on the brush pile after it's dead, because it's just a safer option, because I don't want it to root. And here's Delilah, just chilling in her favorite little spot, which is among the asters and goldenrods. She loves hanging out in the asters and goldenrods, and she really loves Little Dry Creek. She uses the Dry Creek as like her little runway. She runs up and down it, she chills in it, she stretches. She just loves that little gravel Dry Creek that I created. And she also likes our little wooden path. Here are some plants I need to plant, which by the time I've recorded this voiceover, I've already planted these. But you're going to see at the end of this video, you're going to see me plant 3 of these in this spot. So that's pretty cool. So wait till the end of the video so you can watch that part. But here's some obedient plant. It is just about to bloom. I'm very excited. Unfortunately, I think I planted this one a little bit too much in the shade. So it's like you can kind of see like it's curved. It's like reaching for the sun. And here's Delilah again in her in her element. She's in the Dry Creek in this in this footage, just stretching. And then here's footage of me just digging holes to plant plants, and it's not perfect. In fact, when I was done with this, I looked back at this from the window and I was like, why did I plant these so close together? I don't know why I planted them so close together, other than the fact that that heart-shaped stepping stone is there, and then I had to have a place to sit, so I took up space, and so these were like the only spaces I had in this area to actually plant. But if I would have removed the stepping stone, I would have had a whole other place to plant, so I kind of should have done that, but I'm also afraid to know how compacted it is under that stepping stone. Probably very compacted. It's already hard for me to dig pretty much anywhere in the garden right now. It is horrendous. It is very, very hard to dig lately. It's been very, very dry. This area is actually more of a moist area in my garden. It's like probably the most moist area in my garden, really. But even it was a little bit dry. And so it was easy to dig the top like inch or whatever, but the further I got, the worse it was. So I just tried my best. And I don't know, sometimes I'm like, should I really even plant things in October, or should I wait till November? Because, you know, honestly, I think we get a lot more rain in like November or December here. I don't know. But either way, I get quite a bit of rain certain times of year, and then quite a bit of drought other times of year. So we get long periods of both. Like, we'll get like inundated with rain, and it like floods, and it like, but then we also get light rains, and they soak in, and it's all good, and we get a lot of moisture. But then we get other times where it's just completely dry for like a month or two. It's like very hit and miss. But here is the planting. Yes, those two at the top right are too close together. They're supposed to be about a foot. They're supposed to get about a foot wide each. So it is what it is. But thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Hand-painted collector cards inspired by the creatures, plants, and objects in my garden. Available now at macylu.com. Thanks for supporting the channel and the wildlife habitat we create. To support the channel, like the video, comment, and subscribe. You can also support my work by buying art from me at macylu.com. Thanks for watching!